أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. الله الكبير. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. الله الكبير. Again, with humility, we approach this occasion, and we are grateful to God for giving us this opportunity. And again, this is by divine design and providence that we are here, and we have been honored by this huge blessing from God that He has bestowed upon us today. And so we are indebted to Him for everything that He has provided for us and providing for us, and will provide for us, inshallah. And so this is a moment of joy and reflection, and we are honored to commemorate God's name, and so it's a time for us to appreciate this and be grateful to God. So gratefulness is a godlike quality, and so we are actually have to follow His path and be grateful to Him for everything that He is providing for us. And it's not by accident that we are able to feed ourselves, and this is a provision that God has provided for us. A lot of people do not have this kind of luxury, and that they are hungry and they're homeless. And so if you have a roof on your head, it's a blessing from God. And so we have to be grateful to the source of this blessing that we have. So today what I wanted to discuss with you is, I want to go to chapter 22 verse 18. And God says, "Do you not see that to God prostrates everyone in the vacua and in matter, and the sun and the moon and the stars and the mountains and the trees and the animals and many people? However, many others have truly deserved the suffering. And whoever God insults, then no one will respect him. Indeed, God does whatever He wills." So here we learn from this verse the depth of wisdom that God is transmitting to us. That God says that when He offered this amana, or this keepsake, or this choice to the skies and the land, they refused it. They said, "We can't do this. We're just happy with your will." So the last statement, it says that Inna Allah yaf'alu ma yasha', says indeed God does whatever He wills. It was enough for them. Okay. So here God has given us a list of these things that within the skies and the land, within vacuum and matter, and they are the sun, the moon, and the stars, and the mountains, and the trees and the animals, and many people. Okay? All of these are prostrating to God. And so here, when God told the animals accepted it. The animals had no problems with it. They said, "Yeah, we abide by your will, whatever." Okay, so the honeybee was inspired by God how to build homes, and how to eat, and how to produce the honey. Okay, so it does that with humility, okay, with reverence to God. And so here God is telling us that and that God created a system for them. And the system is that they have a queen, and they live in a colony, and everybody knows their task. They never argue about it. Okay? There was no rebellions, there was no coup d'etat. Okay? Nobody attacks somebody else's things. Some of the bees would not gang up to overthrow the queen or something. They're happy with it. Again, indeed, God does whatever he wills. They were absolutely happy with it. Then it comes down to the humans. It says that, and however many others have truly deserved the suffering. So they're coming to these people. Who, you, me? No. I want to think for myself. I want to fix my problems myself. I don't want to do that. I don't need you to do these things for me. I want to do it for myself. I want to make choices, and I want to do it by myself. And the consequences are this word here, deserve the suffering. Okay, that's when the suffering comes in. Because we are not happy, indeed, God does whatever he wills. Okay, those sufferings are only the consequence of what we have done and what we are doing. Because we are not happy with God's will. We want to fix our problems ourselves. Okay. So when the honeybee said, look, you're going to be this, and your lifespans are different. The queen is going to live longer than you guys. Yes, sir. That's no problem. Okay? We are happy with your will. We offer peace to you. We didn't do that. We start questioning. Okay? Then God is here. It says that. It says, and there are feuding parties. Here are two feuding parties arguing about their Lord. Then for the ones who disbelieve, clothes of fire are tailored for them, and hellish liquid will be poured on the top of their heads. Okay? So God is describing the situation in hell the most vivid and horrible way that can be done. Okay? It said that it scalds their inside as well as their skin, and they will be confined in iron pots. Okay. You know how many people are claustrophobic? You put somebody in some box or something, they'll go crazy. Okay, there it is. They'll be confined in iron pots. Each time they try to get out because of the misery, they will be returned to it and taste more of the suffering of the inferno. Okay? There is no escaping that iron pot. Okay? Because these people were not happy with the way that God was running the universe. They don't like it that way. Okay? God has spelled out his will in the scriptures for us. He told us exactly what his wills are. There is no thing, okay? Somebody does something bad, don't say that was God's will. It's not God's will. That's his will he's doing something bad. That's not God's will. Okay? This is God's will. No, it's not. It's that person's will. God's will has been spelled out. So why does God allow this? Because that's what he's decided to do. That's what his wisdom was at the very beginning, to give us absolute freedom of choice. So some people are going to do bad things, but that's not God's will. Okay? That is his will. Or if you do something bad, that's your will. It's not God's will. That you did something wrong in the past, and then you say that was God's will. No, it wasn't. It was your will. God spelled out exactly what he wants you to do. That's his will. And that's what we are not happy with. That we want to fight it. Okay. But these other entities, Let's put it that way, okay? Everyone in the vacua and in matter, we don't know who they are, okay? Everyone, okay? Man, not mom, man. Everyone prostrates to God. And on the top of that, the sun and the moon, and the stars and the mountains, and the trees and the animals, okay? So the horse was happy. The donkey was happy. Okay. The tarantula was happy. You're going to be ugly looking. Yes, sir, no problem. Okay. People are going to hate you. No problem. Okay. You're going to live 18 years. No problem. Okay. The ant was happy. The ant was happy with the structure that God had designed for him or for her. And they had the same structure, infrastructure, and everything that the honeybee does and the bees do. And they were happy with it. They didn't have any problems with it. Okay? They were happy with God's will. We are the ones who are not happy, okay? So, and then the consequences are in these following verses. And, the one who disbelieves is going to be in trouble. Because he went against God's will. So just because God allows something to happen, that doesn't mean that's his will. Okay? That's what happens because of what your two hands brought it upon you. Because you made the wrong decision. You made a decision which was not according to God's will. And, and again, if we don't repent and go back to God and change our ways, we are going to be in trouble. Okay? We're not going to succeed because of this, because of the way that we are living in this world. And so it's been throughout the Quran, okay? And as you see here, the story of this prophet and that messenger and all kinds of this king and that king and this queen and whatever, God is describing the situation to us, and he says about, for example, the animals, how much they know. And we have no respect for them. Okay? Obviously, they know a lot. When the hoopoe comes back and he says, yes, the queen and her people are falling prostrate before the sun and the moon. Okay? He knew they were doing the wrong instead of God. They knew that they were doing the wrong thing. Okay? And then you look at the bird and you say, you have no clue what's going on. So those guys had no problem because, again, as I said, the last phrase in this verse, indeed God does whatever he wills. Okay? They were happy with that. They didn't argue. They immediately offered peace to God. But these other guys, however many others, have truly deserved the suffering. Okay? And the suffering follows in those verses that I just read. And they are the most gory detail and the most painful way that somebody could basically connect to it. Okay? God has described it. And it is a lot worse than this, believe me. Okay? This is just for our reference points. We have no clue what it really looks like, how bad it is. And so all of these things are, so excuses will be over. Well, you didn't tell us how bad it was, so we didn't know. No, you were told. Okay? Over and over again. And you continue doing exactly what you were doing before. You know, when a disaster happens or something, a tornado or something comes in, and oh, we want to go back to our old lifestyle. Well, your lifestyle caused that. Your lifestyle was caused the tornado or the hurricane or the earthquake or something. Okay? If you go back to your lifestyle, you're going to do the same thing. Haven't you learned anything? So this is the wisdom that God is transmitting to us, and so we have to take heed. As I said, you know, this and then you know, people ask about, well, what did the animals do? And what is this doing? God is describing exactly what they are doing. They're falling prostrate to God, as we should be doing. Okay, so I'm going to stop here and we'll finish this unit.